Good evening, good night, good afternoon, or good morning. This is my third and final video of the portfolio. For those that saw my previous videos, hello and welcome again. For those that see this video for the first time and don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Marciano Coffie, and I will explain in this video about hash pointers, what they are, and how they work in a blockchain. Yes, sir. The hash pointer is a hash and a pointer in one part. No, not a part. They are the header of a block in a blockchain that consists of random information. That is the pointer part. It's just random information that is stored in the header, but also the hash. It also contains the hash of the random information, but also of the input data itself. Well, what is very important with this, we can make a blockchain or a block linked in the form of a chain, to be precise. And the first one, the Genesis block, does not contain a hash pointer. But the next block it is, because it has the data of the Genesis block, and that the third block contains the hash pointer, just like the regular hash of the input data of the previous block. And the third one has it from the second, and the fourth one has it from the third, etc., until we reaching the last block. So, what is the goal of the hash pointer? Is to verify that the data of the input and the random information aren't changed. They're not changed. Then you know for sure that it has the protection it needs, and of course the legitimate the data is. If it's changed, then we know it's not correct. Okay, how are we going to see that? How are we going to see if it's not tampered? That's the word. Well, if we at first all of the hash pointers are being made into the block until the last one. To see to check, we're traversing the data, or traversing the hash pointers by hashing by reverse the hashing to the input data to verify one by one if the data is correct or is the same. If it's the case, then we know for sure that we can do the exchange. No, then we can do the exchange transaction perfectly. So, how does this stops also people, unauthorized people, from changing information? Well, I'm gonna give an example. Picture me as the attacker or the unauthorized one, and I see the blockchain with a whole lot of data. So at the first block, well, not the Genesis, but the first block, the second block, sorry, I'm gonna change the data. I'm gonna change the bump. Bam, sorry. And I did it easily because I have the freedom to do it. I have the right to do it. Now we go to the second one, the third one. To cover the first one or the second one up, or to cover up my changes in the second block, I will do it also at the third. The third, and I just did it with no problems. But to cover that part up, I'm going to go to the fourth. And I go on until I reach the last block. Okay, but what happened is that when I reach the last block and I want to change it, I cannot do anything. That is just really my dead end, because the data, no, the hash pointer, remember the data it originally has, so nothing's gonna happen for me to keep the changes in the data. So that means that I did all of this work for nothing. That's basically the whole thing. So With hash pointers, they remember the original data, and how I tampered it is just a matter of checking, traversing the data, and they see a whole lot of other stuff than what it originally was, and they say no, we're gonna do nothing. No, you cannot claim it, you cannot do it because we don't know this. We don't see the similarity. We can match the hash pointers with the input data. It doesn't work. So how I covered this whole thing up? Well, you can say that I just had a chance, but it failed miserably because I didn't pay attention to the hash pointers. So the whole part, so that means this, so that the hash pointers did their job successfully. So um as I was as I was saying, a hash pointer has its goal to protect. It has its piece of protection because of the hash, and also important that it contains the data to prevent the changes. So change, it never changes. If it's not, then then even though it's being modified, they can they can uh, they can reverse it, or you can they just calling it nope, false, this ain't it. But if a legitimate person just make sure that the data is still intact with the hash pointers, then he can claim the data to make the transaction successful. So by explaining hash pointers now, I will end this video. I will end this video, and thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my final video. Um, this is also very important. I mean, this is very interesting to know much about blockchains, especially when it's decentralized or distributed. Um, let it be the better future. More, let blockchain be more for the future, of course, Bitcoin, especially with Bitcoin and all. Um, but I'm gonna finish this video now. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, and see you later. Goodbye. I'm gonna wave to you and give you a thumbs up, and peace. Goodbye.